55 or older here in Crystal Lake, and part of you knows the home you're in right now may be bigger than you need, more work than you want, or maybe just not the right fit for your next chapter. But you're not sure where you'd go next. This video is for you. Because right now in Crystal Lake, I'm seeing two very different sellers. One sells in under 30 days, often at full value. The other sits for 130 days or more, takes a price cut, and still closes lower than expected. Same town, same season, sometimes even the same neighborhood. And for many homeowners 55 and over, the difference starts long before the home ever hits the market. Today, I want to show you what's actually happening here in Crystal Lake and how to make sure you don't become the 130-day seller. Inventory is still relatively tight, and on the surface, that sounds like great news for sellers. But underneath those headlines, buyer behavior has changed. Buyers are still active here in Crystal Lake, but they're far more selective than they were even a year ago, especially above the $350,000 price point. And buyers today aren't just comparing your home to your neighbor's home anymore. They're comparing your home to updated homes in Cary, Algonquin, Huntley, and even new construction alternatives. They're comparing everything, and that's creating a split market. The homes that show beautifully, they feel move-in ready, and they're priced correctly, those homes are moving fast. Sometimes those homes are moving in under 2 weeks. But homes that feel dated, overpriced, cluttered, or uncertain, they're not getting negotiated. They're getting skipped entirely. And that's the biggest change most sellers in Crystal Lake haven't fully adjusted to yet. Honestly, for many of the homeowners Ozzy and I sit down with here in Crystal Lake, the real issue usually isn't the market. It's this: we know we probably should move, but move where? And if that sounds familiar, you're not alone. We hear things like, do we rent? Do we stay near the kids? Do we buy a ranch-style home? Do we move closer to grandkids? Do we leave Illinois? Will our monthly costs actually go up if we downsize? And those are real questions because many 55 and over homeowners here in Crystal Lake are sitting on a significant amount of equity, but they also feel stuck, not because they don't want to move, but because they don't want to make the wrong move. And what often happens? People wait. And waiting without a plan can quietly become very expensive. Here's the single biggest thing I want you to understand. The outcome of your sale is usually determined in the 30 to 45 days before your home ever goes live. Not during the negotiation, not during the inspection, but before day one. The pricing, the repairs, the decluttering, the staging, the photography, the story your home tells online. That's where the outcome starts. And here in Crystal Lake, buyers above the $350,000 mark are moving fast on the right home and not moving at all on the wrong one. There's almost no middle ground anymore. In Crystal Lake right now, buyers aren't negotiating on the wrong home. They're skipping it. And if your home misses that first 14-day window, you're almost always working harder for less. Let me walk through 3 things many sellers, especially longtime homeowners, are accidentally misreading. Misread number 1, inventory is low, so buyers will overlook condition. Not anymore. Today's buyers are stretched. Rates are higher, taxes are higher, renovation costs are high. So when buyers walk into a home and start mentally adding up new kitchen, bathroom updates, paint, roof, they often don't negotiate. They just move on. And they write an offer on the home that already feels done. Misread number 2, we'll price high and leave room to negotiate. This used to work. Today, it often kills momentum because buyers set search alerts. And if your home is priced above their range, they may never even see it. And if they do, they often assume this seller isn't realistic, and then they just move on. Misread number 3, if it doesn't sell, we can always reduce. This is one of the most expensive assumptions in real estate because a price reduction isn't a reset, it's a signal. Buyers see price reduced and immediately wonder, why did it sit? What's wrong with it? What am I missing? And that changes the conversation completely. A price reduction doesn't create momentum in CrystalLake. It often creates suspicion. Quick question. I'm genuinely curious. Out of curiosity, are you thinking about selling soon or just starting to explore? Drop it in the comments. No pressure either way. We read every comment. Let me show you what this actually looks like. The 30-day seller, a longtime CrystalLake homeowner. Their kids are grown, the house is beautiful, but it's just more than they need now. Before listing, they spend 30 days preparing. Fresh paint, decluttering, minor repairs, landscaping. We do professional photos. We do some smart pricing. The home goes live. We get multiple showings the first weekend. Strong offers. They are under contract in less than 2 weeks. They move on their timeline with confidence. The 130-day seller, very similar home, same general area, same size, same stage of life. But they delay. They list as is. They price emotionally. They assume the market will figure it out. Week 1, silence. Week 3, silence. Then a low offer comes in. Then we do a price reduction. Then another. And 4 months later, they sell lower than where they could have started. Same CrystalLake market, very different decisions. Selling your home in CrystalLake right now is like opening a restaurant. The reviews come in the first 2 weeks. And if buyers don't love what they see, they don't come back. And here's the part many people don't realize. For the first time in a while, CrystalLake homeowners actually have more downsizing options. Places like Fox Run, low maintenance townhomes, we got downtown living, nearby ranch communities, even strategic moves into places like Huntley or Cary. The options are there, but options without clarity often create more overwhelm. That's why the first conversation shouldn't be, should we list our home? It should be, what would our next chapter actually look like? That's a very different conversation. If you're watching this and part of you is thinking, yes, we know something needs to change, we're just not sure what. That's exactly where most good decisions begin. You don't need to be ready to list your home. You don't need to have everything figured out. What you need first is clarity, a real plan. What your home is worth right now in CrystalLake. What would help you become the 30-day seller instead of the 130-day seller? And what your next move could realistically look like. That would be helpful. No pressure, no sales pitch, just clarity. One last thought. The homeowners doing well in CrystalLake right now, they aren't luckier. They're not timing the market perfectly. They're simply preparing for the market buyers are living in today. And that preparation is often the difference between protecting your equity or quietly giving part of it away. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.